time now to send it over to 12 News political director Matt Smith.
Matt, you've been talking with your sources all night long. You're learning new details about what's happening here in Milwaukee tonight and for the very busy week ahead.
Yeah, and Cyria, and first, we do know tonight that within the last hour or so, President Biden and former President Trump have spoken. The president and the White House receiving routine briefings, we're told tonight, from members of the Secret Service, the FBI, now the lead agency on this. This while Secret Service members here in Milwaukee at this hour tonight, U.S. Capitol Police, in one aspect for their front, business as usual, continuing their security sweeps at this hour in preparation of the convention starting on Monday. 100 plus law enforcement agencies from across the country descending here on Milwaukee this weekend. We saw them all across town today and tonight as the RNC at this hour, a joint statement from the RNC and the Trump campaign promising that this convention will go on. Take a look at the statement they released, which just in the last couple of hours, saying President Trump looks forward to joining you in all of Milwaukee as we proceed with our convention to nominate him to serve as the 47th President of the United States. As our party's nominee, President Trump will continue to share his vision to make America great again. The president vowing to be here in Milwaukee. We don't know yet specifically what day, but by all indications, guys, the convention will move forward beginning Monday. We do know some events from my reporting tonight, some events that were scheduled tonight were canceled after the apparent assassination attempt, including several events with Michael Whatley, the Republican National Committee chairman, and Reince Priebus, the former chief of staff to Trump, now, of course, the chairman of the Milwaukee Host Committee, who's been spearheading this effort for months to ensure the convention goes smoothly here in Milwaukee, guys.
And Matt, I want to ask you about something in particular, because we know that there is a welcome party scheduled tomorrow at the Summerfest grounds. At this hour, I know there's a lot of details that we don't know, but right now, what are the latest details on that event for tomorrow?
As far as we know, Deanna, at this point, that event is continuing at the Summerfest grounds. That is tomorrow night, a welcome party for delegates and guests. They were expecting anywhere of up to 15,000 people to be at the Summerfest grounds tomorrow night for this welcome party. There is a secure perimeter that's going into effect tonight. Some of those restrictions just at the top of the hour in terms of travel restrictions, roadways, the Hone Bridge, all of this near the Summerfest grounds. The question now tonight is what, if any of that changes, if that extended? Does the Secret Service enact any other security measures because of that? Those are some of the major unknowns, but from everything we have heard tonight from RNC officials, from the Trump campaign, from the host committee itself, is that these events are going on. Yes, there could be major dramatic changes behind the scenes in terms of security, and maybe even some changes that we anticipate out front that we don't know yet. But as of now, these events are going on. Reince Priebus, the chairman of the host committee, also putting out a statement tonight shortly after the Trump campaign. Part of his statement reading, quote, "We are heartbroken that reports indicate that at least one innocent person has been killed and perhaps others have been injured. This horrific violence has no place in America." Back out here live outside Fiserv Forum, the police presence continues out here as is routine and expected at this point ahead of the convention tomorrow. We did receive those statements within the last couple of hours. Nothing official, though, nothing on camera from any state GOP leaders, any Republican National Committee spokesperson, just issuing those statements, as this is honestly really, Deanna and Cyria, a minute-by-minute operation at this point in terms of any adjustments that may be made to the convention that kicks off Monday here in Milwaukee.
And we here at 12 News will keep everyone updated, our viewers included, with any changes. And like Matt said, minute by minute. And that's how we are kind of figuring out what is next here. Matt Smith reporting live in Deer District. And meanwhile,